What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the 365 Fitness Radio Show. I'm your gracious host, Coach Chauncey, at your service. I'm glad to have everybody tuning in. Have you ever wanted to become healthier and wiser, or just want to have more energy and time to appreciate your family and the joys of life? On this radio show, we're going to reveal tips and tricks to help you get in the best mental and physical shape in your life. Now let's get started with today's show. Allow yourself to be bored. For many of us, our lives are so filled with stimuli, not to mention responsibility, that it's almost impossible for us to sit still and do nothing, much less relax, even for a few minutes. A friend of mine once said to me, people are no longer human beings. We should be called human doings. I was first exposed to the idea that occasional boredom can actually be good for me while studying with a therapist in a little town with very little to do. After finishing our first day together, I asked this instructor, what is there to do around here at night? He responded by saying, what I'd like you to do is to allow yourself to be bored. Do nothing. He informed me that this was part of the training. At first I thought he was kidding. Why on earth would I choose to be bored? I asked. He went on to explain that if you allow yourself to be bored, even for an hour or less, and don't fight it, the feeling of boredom will be replaced with feeling of peace. And after a little practice, you actually learn how to relax. But much to my surprise, he was absolutely right. At first, I couldn't barely stand it. I was so used to doing something every second that I really struggled to relax. But after a while, I got used to it. I have long since learned to enjoy it. I'm not talking about hours of idle time or laziness, but simply learning the art of relaxing, of just being rather than doing, for a few minutes each day. There isn't a specific technique other than to consciously do nothing. Just sit still. Perhaps look out the window and notice your thoughts and feelings. At first, you may get a little anxious, but each day, it will get a little easier. The payback is tremendous. Much of our anxiety and inner struggle stems from our busy, overactive minds, always needing something to entertain them. All right? Something to focus on, and always wondering, what's next? While we're eating dinner, we're wondering, what's for dessert? While we're eating dessert, we ponder what we should do afterwards. After we've been out, we walk into the house and immediately turn on the television, pick up the phone, or open up a book, or even start cleaning. It's almost as though we're frightened at the thought of not having something to do, even for a minute. But the beauty of doing nothing is that it teaches you to clear your mind and relax. It allows your mind the freedom to not know for a brief period of time, just like your body. Your mind needs an occasional break from its hectic routine. When you allow your mind to take a break, it comes back stronger, sharper, and more focused and creative. All right. And when you allow yourself to be bored, it takes an enormous amount of pressure off you to be performing and doing something every second of the day. All right. So now, when any of my kids come at me and they say, "Daddy, I'm bored," I respond to them by saying, "All right, great. All right, be bored for a while. It's good for you." Once I say this, they always they always give up on the idea of me solving their problem. You know, you probably never thought someone would actually suggest that you allow yourself to be bored. I guess there's a first time for everything. All right. So again, allow yourself, man, to be bored. You know, just relax. I've actually even gotten into meditation, and I just sit still, put my mind in a calm state. Actually, again, I do nothing. I just relax for about 30, 45 minutes. It's good to clear your head, man, because like I said, we carry a lot of baggage on our hearts. And like I said, a lot of times that's good for you just to sit still, And the more I think about it, when I was a little boy coming up, my grandmother used to constantly say that. Boy, go there, go sit down somewhere. Go sit down. Just sit still. Just sit still. Relax yourself. It's just funny how we gravitate back to a lot of the things that we were told when we were kids. Naturally, we were resistant when we were kids as well too. But nevertheless, that's what I want to touch on today, man. Just allow yourselves just to be bored, relax, and do nothing, man. Hit the reset button. Just unwind, clear your head. Just do nothing, and be happy with that. All right. Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This radio show is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. Now back to the show. Alright, so you want to feel good. That's what we're going to talk about today. If you want to feel good, there is an incredible power in your daily habits. Your habits quite literally mold your body, your health, and your accomplishments in life. All right. And it turns out that there's a special secret sauce to making new habits stick that I'd like to share with you today. All right. This secret sauce goes against our instincts and the way that we are wired, which is why so many of us fail to make healthy new habits truly stick and become part of our ongoing routine. All right. And ultimately fail to feel good most of the time. It's more natural for us to take on the role of a critic with ourselves than that of a cheerleader. All right? We compare ourselves to others and we focus on our flaws rather than pausing to celebrate our wins by really feeling good. You know, this works against us because it is proven emotions create habits, and that the positive emotion of feeling good is the best way to get a new habit to stick. So now, if you're anything like me, then the idea of celebrating tiny little wins is a bit uncomfortable. All right. I don't feel good about myself when I do something substantial, you may think. However, by training yourself to truly feel good about each and every step that you take in the right direction, you're more likely to keep on making progress. It's time to tell your inner critic to take a seat. All those times that you wallowed in feeling bad only made it more difficult to make positive progress towards your goals. All right. Once you capture the power of feeling good, you'll train yourself to enjoy and celebrate all of the healthy new behaviors that will ultimately lead you to your goal. All right. So, do I have your commitment that you're going to try out this little secret sauce that I just gave y'all of feeling good? All right. So when you wake up and drink your water and or drink your protein shake, I want you to pause and give yourself a mental pat on the back. Just say, feel good about that. I want you to really feel good about you waking up, drinking your water like I asked y'all to do, and having your little protein shake. I want you to just feel good with it. All right. Granted, it's going to take some practice, but with time, you look forward to feeling good after practicing each healthy new behavior that I discuss with you guys week after week after week. All right. Right. Like I was saying, I just need you to get used to feeling good and being your own cheerleader. All right. Don't sit there and wait on nobody else to be your biggest fan. You are definitely your biggest fan, and you are your biggest cheerleader. Just like you're your biggest critic as well, too. So, like I said, man, give yourself your own little pat on the back. Make yourself feel good, because what we need to do is constantly build on creating these new healthy habits. I know I kind of like I said again, I'm telling y'all from experience. This is what I do. I don't just teach this type stuff. I'm trying to make myself 1% better every day. Every day I'm able to open my eyes, and I still constantly create new habits for myself as well too. So I'm not telling y'all nothing that I don't do myself. All right. So like I said, I want you to feel good. With giving yourself that mental pat on the back. All right. And just take it, like I said, we're gonna take one new healthy habit a day, and we're gonna continue to build on it. All right. But like I said, it's the best way to create these new habits, man. Is to constantly be your own cheerleader. And every time you do something, I don't care what the new habit is, man. Every time you do something, man, pat yourself on the back and say, hey, you know what? Proud of myself. I did good. I did good. I did good. Stay consistent with it. I've given you the strategies and tactics here to get you in the best mental and physical shape of your life. Now it's time for you to pull the trigger and implement. Let me know what you thought of today's show where I'm showing you how to and what to do stuff. I can't wait to hear about your success. Talk to you soon, my friend. See you next week.